From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA with incredible great details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In today's recording, live from Santa Monica, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people under the biggest recon we've ever seen of a generation. I'll go over all these incredible checks that are in this fourth stimulus recon. And then we go to the world exclusive broke last night on this channel on Evenings LA. And more details about it today as Bernie Sanders' staff speaks to this channel about monthly stimulus checks. Oh yes, the excitement's heating up because the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, I'm here, you're here, and it's time for a world exclusive starting right now on Mornings LALATE. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful day where you are. I hope the weather is good. Tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is. It's beautiful here along the coast in Santa Monica, live with you this beautiful morning. We'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. Why $3.5 trillion of checks, generally application-based, will be the single biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel. It's deliciousness. All the details in the second half of this video. Then we go to the world exclusive broke on this channel late last night. If you're part of the LALATE alerts, you got it. It is the breaking news about monthly stimulus checks and Bernie Sanders. I'll have more about that world exclusive in this recording, and it starts right now because this is LALATE. America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America, live in the morning and then taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto at about 10 o'clock, then noontime at 11 a.m. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link to join is underneath the video. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LALATE alerts, what are you doing? Totally free. It's at news.lalate.com/alerts. You would have received the alert of the world exclusive last night as soon as it happened. Put your name and email address in, totally free, and then you get a confirmation email. It's at news.lalate.com. Watch that confirmation email, confirm, hit the blue button, and then you are ready to rock and roll. Take those alerts wherever you are on your phone and across the board for whatever happens by the minute. Let's go over those monthly stimulus checks, House versus Senate and Senate versus House, and who wants to give you different sums of money. We have the House Ways and Means Committee representing that they're going to give you a monthly stimulus check. That is for the 4th, but they don't say the amount. We have the American petition, nearly 4 million signatures signed by Americans demanding a monthly stimulus check of $2,000. We have AOC and Omar saying $2,000 monthly stimulus check, but not the number of months. And then we have the senators, Warren, Wyden, and also Sanders, saying monthly, but not saying how much. And then, of course, our entire country has been captivated by, of course, that House bill, which is pandemic plus 1 year, which would amount to at least 12 checks of $1,000 a month at $13,000 at least. I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is this beautiful morning of Mornings LALATE. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Single individual, $75,000 or less. Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 or less. Democrats represent, you get one as well. Double it. Family of 4, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. Quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get one as well. The fourth stimulus check is not income. It's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check will be the same amount for adult dependents and everyone else. And finally, the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So if you do go to the beach today and the check walks up to you and waves at you, The check's waving at me? It's not the US check, it's the Euro check. Yeah, they're a little more friendly overseas. It'll probably kiss you on two sides of the cheek. There you go. And in the second half of this video, we'll go over the incredible deliciousness of your Fourth Stimulus recon. Done deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people under the Fourth Stimulus recon. Biggest payout we've ever seen in this channel, but mostly application-based. So if you're a subscriber or a Purple Hawk, you're going to kill it under Fourth Stimulus recon. Then we go to the world exclusive, only heard on this channel, as Bernie Sanders' staff speaks to this channel and reveals how he has MSC planned. Oh my goodness. Stay to the final 15 minutes of this video. So much happening across the board. But first, let's get some money. Rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance, and more. This is money available right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, not even 5 hours from now. This is money right now. And we lead with Johnny. Johnny was one of 3 people last week, but by Wednesday had gotten money. Those 3 individuals started last week at $0, found this channel, and by the middle of the week, they were at 40,000. But Johnny didn't stop at 40,000. He continued to push. And by the weekend, he got 7 items for this channel, bringing his grand total to $80,000. And he's not alone. I'm going to show you what he got and then what you can get as well. Johnny got the following items in less than 5 days from this channel, and he got SNAP, $12,000, EIDL, $10,000, taxes, $1,800. He got housing from 2 different places, $21,000 from the state and then another $25,000 locally, and then he got $9,000 for utilities. Plus, he got money for internet and phone at $50 a month, bringing his grand total to $80,000 from this channel. Wow. Now get a pen and paper ready because I'm going to get you some money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, homeowners assistance, and homeowner utilities starting right now. The rent numbers are going bigger by the hour, by the day, by the week on this channel. Viewers are constantly getting over $20,000 because of my recordings. Let's go over some of the recent success stories for that rent. Wow. Incredible great news across the board. Look at these numbers. Elizabeth, $27,000. Purple Hawk. Hawk. Have you become a Purple Hawk? You need to. The link is under the video. Join now. Mark, $25,000 for rent. Nancy, $24,000. Richard, look at these numbers, over $20,000. When we talk about utilities, we just saw Johnny get $9,000. Let's compare. Wow. So yeah, you see Johnny is now pushing the envelope. We're going bigger on these numbers. Every day, the Purple Hawks are getting better numbers than even the day before. $9,000 for utilities. Let's look at that SNAP. OMG. $18,000 Louis. Wow. And you're going to meet someone in a second who got $19,000, but now, because of the new rule, it will be worth $25,000 annualized. And there's Nancy with 3 items. Who else got 3 items for this channel? Wow. Nancy getting $32,000 for 3 items with Nisi at $23,000. And Mark getting $32,000 with 2 items. 2 items. Production. Who put Mark on my graphic with 2 items? I'll tell you what happened. Mark got 2 items at $32,000. But 4 wonderful things came from Mark. Number 1. Mark heard me say 5 days on camera, go get SNAP, Mark, because it's a SNAP to get. And he got that SNAP in less than 5 days. You can as well. Number 2, he told his friend about this channel, which a lot of people do. The channel has a lot of word of mouth. He told his friend, come and watch that guy. Everyone's getting big sums of money. He's the talk of the town. His friend, his neighbor, went from $0 to $20,000 of rent in less than 5 days. Sound familiar? It should. On the weekend, the same thing happened. Shanann, Purple Hawk of 2 months, member. She says, I told my friend about you, LALATE. She's now addicted to you. Thank you. She got $21,000 from you. $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 annualized for SNAP. Wow. That's what friends are for. I think there's a song about that. Third thing that came from Mark was that he inspired people to get multiple sums of money. And we usually were seeing 3 items. We led with Johnny, who got 7 items. And finally, Mark got that SNAP. How much do you think Mark got for SNAP? Mark got $19,000 for SNAP, but bringing his grand total to over $50,500. And we're not done there yet because bigger numbers are coming in by the minute and hour. And Lorraine got over $100,000 from this channel. And this is what we do because this is LALATE. We've been doing this since day one, getting big sums of money from these application-based items. In spring of last year, I launched this channel because people had applied for the EIDL loan and grant and were not getting paid. They were stuck in that vortex, 330, 331, and 48 not getting paid. So one after another, I went on air and solved their applications, getting $25 million of EIDL loans approved. Then 3 days later, you needed help again. A new thing was going live under first stimulus. People did not understand what it was or how you do it. It was confusing. You apply on the UI side to get rejected before you apply on the other side, and that you have to get rejected to get approved. Whoever heard such strangeness? I showed you how to do it, and I got a lot of viewers approved. That was PUA. Eileen Bellenkamp got $15,000 for this channel. A lot of people never heard of PUA until they found this channel. Then in fall of 2020, second stimulus is not coming, sort of like fourth stimulus right now, and you needed money. It was the holiday, so I got viewers $250,000 of rent, and viewers like Tyrone getting $15,000 for rent, paying all his rent from the fall to the spring. But now you're doing bigger numbers than ever before because you're killing it as a Purple Hawk. You're doing bigger numbers, so get a pen paper ready right now. I'm going to get you some money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities. Here are the introductory remarks. Number one, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to, so reach out to all 6. Each place has different eligibility. If one says no, don't worry, reach out to the next. Number 2, it's important to listen to the keywords I say in the video. It really helps get people approved. Also, every place has different pots of money, so if one says no, don't worry, reach out to the next. And finally, do not insert disqualification preconceptions in your mind because it's simply untrue. All right, you ready? Here are the 6 places you reach out to. City Hall, City House Authority. That's 2. County Hall, County House Authority. That's 4. State Hall, State House Authority. That's 6. Reach out to all 6. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, rent or mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. And you can do it. And congratulations to Tim and Linda, who got this wonderful pot of money. And if you got the money for rent and utilities, post in the live chat right now. Well, the next pot of the money is the money for SNAP. And it's coming from Department of Agriculture, and it pays a lot. Yes, Mark got $19,000 for this. Louis, $18,000. Lynn Glenn got it for herself and her son and mom. Let's go over all the details. Where does SNAP land in your hand? Where do you get it from? Department of Agriculture. What does it pay for? Money for your food. And food is sort of important because if you don't eat food, then you're sort of dead. So go get that money for food. And how much is it paid? A lot. And if you heard the breaking news live on air last Monday, it was this: that Department of Agriculture is raising everyone's benefits up lifetime, automatically, an average of 25% nationwide. Oh my goodness, incredible, great news. So Mark will be going from 19,000 to about 25,000. If you got SNAP as well, post your success stories in the live chat right now. The next pot of the money is the refund check coming back from your state due to computer errors and unemployment benefits. If you heard this before? Yes, you got it. One viewer got $3,000 from it. Another viewer got $5,000. The federal government has also ordered the states to upgrade the computer systems. And guess what? The breaking news this morning, no joke, is that Microsoft has announced Windows 11. The newest platform in nearly 6 years, the longest run we've had between upgrades. Of course, the states say, I was running Windows 10. I was up to date. The federal government says, no, you're running Windows 1910. Yeah, you just missed a 0 in there. Your computer's made out of stone. Why do you think that's upgraded? There you go. And the last refund check is the one coming back from IRS for that 2020 taxes you paid unemployment benefit, the 2020 unemployment benefits you paid taxes on. Margaret got it, Cod got it, Michael got it. We have Mark who got $1,400. We have Johnny who got $1,800, and I had one viewer over the weekend who got $2,000. More about that in a second, but here's a personal message from me to you. This channel is launched for me to help you, but when you post your success stories in the live chat, you help other people. So post your success stories in the live chat right now. You help people so many ways when you do it. Number one, you inspire people to get these sums of money. A lot of people just need encouragement to pick up the phone. And when you do, you inspire people to pick up the phone. Number two, a lot of people didn't realize these monies were this big. Number three, these are massive sums of money. They're available everywhere. And a lot of people just need the encouragement to get it. A lot of people never heard of these money as well, like Larry Maui out of Maui. Never heard of Snap till he found this channel. He's getting $6,000 annualized because of this channel. And finally, we realized that there's multiple items for you to get. Like Art Salvanisi inspired all of us to get 3 items. Mark got 3, and now we have Johnny getting 7. So go into that live chat and post your success stories right now. Inspire other people. Let's go back to those unemployment benefits. How much, where, and when? They're landing by direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. But if you want to track it, go to irs.gov and do a transcript search. And 70% of the time it will work. It'll reveal the refund check you're getting, and it'll reveal stuff you wish you had never seen. Like Mitch's fan club. What? There's a fan club? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. And there we go. In the second half of this video, we cut to right now as we go to your 4th stimulus recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. A 4th stimulus recon was passed a week ago today, meaning there will be a recon. It will be $3.5 trillion. It will be all checks for you. Yes, these checks for you are the biggest amount of payment of checks we've ever seen in the history of this channel. $3.5 trillion of checks. That's a lot. It dwarfs everything from the first, second, and third stimulus package astronomically. A lot of checks, but mostly application-based. I'm going to explain to you what that means in the third part of this video. You've done this before. How do we get to this wonderful spot? By taking roads and bridges out of the recon and putting it into something called the bipartisan. And that is how we got to this wonderful spot. A conservative publication confirms my reporting that basically says the following. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go. By allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon, roads and bridges, put it into the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. There you go. In other words, the bipartisan made the recon passable. Now, there's 2 types of news reporters. One that reports news after it happens and one that reports the news before it happens, so that's why you're ahead of the ball. That's what I do. In the month of June and July, I reported to you what was going to happen in the month of August. I had reported to you that the recon procedure was going to pass in a blink of an eye. And how was I able to get that so correct by the minute and by the day? Because the Democrats, House, Senate, and President had met before they started the whole recon process to agree upon doing a recon of a price tag of $3.5 trillion, so that when they called the vote, it was already a done deal. They had agreed to a recon of $3.5 trillion before they started the whole process. So once they were done on the Senate side, I said the recon will happen in the House in a blink of an eye on the 23rd. Some people were telling you there was going to be no vote to September. Wrong. They were telling you that there was going to be a ambush and that Christian Sinema and Joe Manchin were going to oppose it. Untrue. They were telling you that when they were back in town on the 23rd, they were never going to call the vote. Untrue. They did within just hours past. That's why you stay here. So how do we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot by agreeing to a recon of $3.5 trillion before we started. And that's what the real negotiations were at the early part of the July month. That is why Representative Ilhan Omar, Democrat, Minnesota, and Representative Richie Torres, Democrat, New York, had said before they started the whole process, need a recon that goes big and bold and need a recon that goes as far as we want it. Once they agreed upon the price tag, then the president said to them, protect my recon, because everything in that recon is checks for the American people, progressive checks, which are the president's priorities, says Brian Schatz and Jalopal. So how do we get to this wonderful spot? By separating the recon from the bipartisan. Let's go over the 2 paths starting right now. What's a recon? What's a bipartisan? What is a recon procedural? And what is a recon substantive? And what comes up next? We have 2 paths to do. And those 2 paths are very different. Recon is your money. Bipartisan is not your money. So recon is also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill. Price tag $3.5 trillion, also called the Democratic spending plan, the progressive social reform plan. Bipartisan, not your money. This is roads and bridges or infrastructure or $1.5 trillion. There you go. Well, the great news is that this week we start with 2 items to do. Last week we started with 3 items because guess what? We got done with recon procedural, yes. So the tow truck has passed over the finish line. Now the tow truck is about to pick up the tow hitch, recon substantive. What does recon procedural do and what does recon substantive do? Recon procedural basically says, do we agree to do this? And recon substantive goes over the terms and conditions. Recon procedural. Do we agree to do a recon of $3.5 trillion where committee number 1 gets $10 and committee number 2 gets $20? We do. And then recon substantive. Okay, now that the committee has the $10, how is it going to spend the money? What are the terms and conditions? And there you go. How do we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot from Jalopal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying, chuck all the vote on the recon. and he did, and it passed. That letter from Jalopal was signed by 10 House Democrats, part of 100 plus, who recently wrote the president a letter saying we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Wow, great news. Can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of that House Ways and Means Subcommittee recently wrote the president a letter saying we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Well, you got to push Purple Power and make sure they keep their promise. There's House Ways and Means. There's Warren, Sanders, and Wyden. There is also the House bill. There is also AOC and Omar at $2,000 a month. Then there's the House bill at $2,000, the first month $1,000 thereafter, pandemic plus 1 year. And can we top that? Yes, as Biden did it. The President of the United States went overseas 8 weeks ago to do a global minimum corporate tax rate ceremonial signature. The real one came days later, but this is great news for forced stimulus recon, because now forced stimulus recon is easier to write it, easier to call the vote, and easier to pass your forced stimulus recon because this thing is not in there. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, the breaking news, the world exclusive, only heard on this channel. Bernie Sanders' staff speaks to this channel about MSC, and we'll have the breaking details and the world exclusive only in the final 15 minutes of this video. Then we'll be going over fist stimulus as well. And also what another senator said to another viewer about MSC and his plan for MSC. And then we'll be going over the application-based monies under the third stimulus recon. But first, if you haven't gotten one item from this channel so far, pick up the phone today. Today is your day to get that money. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, State House Authority. Once you've gotten those sums of money, then you're ready to pounce. If you can't get the remainder, reach out to the volunteers. Where are they? They're on the community page. It's news.lalate.com/community. Here's a little bit about them, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds with the big world exclusive in the final 15. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now on Mornings at LALATE, live from Santa Monica, California, with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus recon of 2021. And the world exclusive you're only going to hear on this channel heating up in the final 15 minutes of this video. So much happening across the board. We'll be going over that recon and what this means for you. The biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. It's all deliciousness. Then we cut to the big money and what 2 senators are preparing for those monthly stimulus checks that you need to hear and be ready to pounce as a Purple Hawk. Then we'll be cutting to fifth stimulus, which raises your benefits up if you're on SSI and more. And this is a wonderful morning starting right here on Mornings LALATE. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Meantime, if you haven't signed up for those LALATE alerts, you need to do so. The link is under the video right here. That is at news.lalate.com/alerts. You would have received that world exclusive alert last night on your phone. It's simple. It's at news.la.com. Put your email address in and then watch for the confirmation email. Click the yes, and you are ready to rock and roll, and you'll get confirmation to your cell phone when on the road. Let's cut to the exciting details of fifth stimulus, which is just days away as we go into September. Well, here we are. The President of the United States' plan to raise your benefits up if you're on SSI and SSDI is happening. And this is fifth stimulus. Step one is they're going to try to start drafting this in September, get it to a potential vote by November, and away we go. Step one is they're going to raise your benefit limits up. Then they're going to remove the asset limits, add an inflationary benchmark, remove the income exclusion, and remove the marriage penalty. How does this work and who is this for? This is for you. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, SSA, or multiple beneficiaries. Step one is they're going to raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they're going to apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation. Where is it going? It's going to be transitory, which means it's going to spike right when they apply your benchmark. Oh, yes. Now, how high is that inflation rate going to go? Well, last week at the incredible symposium at Jackson Hole, the Federal Reserve chair thought it was going to go quite high. He's looking at about 3.5%. I'm looking at higher, maybe 5%. Let's do the analysis. First, your benefits will go up lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. And if it's 5%, it means you'll go up another 5%. Not just next year, but lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Then they're going to move the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law. It says you can't have more than $3,000 in hand and stay on benefits. It's going to go away, and now you'll be able to have some stimulus checks in that hand. They're going to remove the income cap, dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away, and love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest and no longer fear loss of benefits. Rob and Sandy will be able to get married and become not worried about the marriage penalty. Meantime, will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. House Ways and Means Committees represent. They're going to give it to you as well in that fifth stimulus package. Finally, if you've not become a Purple Hawk, what are you doing? Purple Hawks are killing it. $20, $30, $40, $50, $80,000, $100,000 routine occurrences on this channel because Purple Hawks are absolutely cleaning up. When third stimulus became law in January of this year, I launched the Purple Hawks to say, hey, $1,400 stimulus check, sure. But there's a lot of other money in there. In fact, over $14,000. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now, and not 5 years from now. It's right there. And now Purple Hawks are doing incredibly well. They're not getting $14,000. They're getting $30,000. 3 of them 2 weeks ago. $20,000 two weeks ago. $40,000. 2 of them last week. 1 of them at $80,000. And then viewers at $55,000 and $100,000. It's a daily occurrence and a daily success because this money is available for you right now. Third stimulus is available right now. And this is massive sums of money. Rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance, and more. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, and State House Authority. Purple Hawks are delivered daily from me, from the YouTube and the LALATE alert system. A breakdown of all the big money available for you under first, second, and third stimulus for you to pounce and get as a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calsuno VIP. So become part of the thousands who are Purple Hawks and have that emoji of a Purple Hawk next to their name in the live chat and get that sum of money right now for yourself right now. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. Fourth stimulus recon is done procedurally. Wow. Incredible, great news. The fourth stimulus recon passed a week ago today, which means there will be a recon. It will be $3.5 trillion. And it will all be checks for the American people. Oh, my goodness, this is wonderful, great news. First, second, and third stimulus recon were smaller. This one's enormous, and there's a lot of money in there for you. It's generally application-based, which you've been doing since day one on this channel. This channel launched on April 25th to help you get that money approved for EIDL. Then the next 2 days later, I was helping you get money for UI and PUA and FPUC and PPP. Day in, day out, we were going through applications together, whether it was SNAP or PBT, picking up the phone. Application does not mean filling out 50 pages. It means pick up the phone and calling. You got money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance. You've been getting mortgage assistance on this channel since October of last year. Hundreds of thousands of you picking up the phone and getting these big sums of money. And that is what application-based stimulus is. Here's an example of what's proposed under some of the provisions for for stimulus recon. Checks of all kinds that you qualify for. Checks for free school meals for all, checks for tax breaks, checks for cheaper prescription medication, checks for free internet, checks for seniors and checks for workers, like checks for independent contractors, checks for seniors, checks for lowering the eligibility age for Medicare, checks for dental, checks for vision, and checks for hearing care and more. Incredible, incredible, great details. So, what is important for you to know is that the way the IRS and Treasury works is they send out only certain types of monies, but they don't know you need anything else in your household paid because they don't know anything else about the household. That is what committees are dedicated for, to help you in this country. So when we go back to that recon procedure, let's look at the graphic. There it is. $3.5 trillion is given to committees, with committees of checks for you to help you with all big payments of money for you for your issues. And that is recon procedural. Those committees given those sums of money. Then when they have those sums of money, that money will be there for you to pick up the phone and call and get those sums of money. Here's what you need to know is that this is going to be great news for you across the board, because that you're going to be entitled potentially to lots and lots and lots of checks. Because you'll be entitled to this check from this committee and that check for that committee. As I always use the hysterical example, you may want both teeth, dental, and internet, but you don't want the same guy drilling the internet, drilling your teeth. No. So one committee will have the internet and one committee will have the telephone. Just sort of like what we led the video with at the top of the hour with Johnny, who got 7 items. Those 7 items in 7 different places. Picking up the phone and calling is an easy breezy task. You've been doing since day one on the channel, and you're going to kill it on the Force Stimulus Recon. Now, what is important to understand is that you still have to push, because how they spend the money is still being drafted in the recon substantive. And how they spend the money is an issue that is up for grabs, and that's why we brought back Seats for Stimulus. Hashtag Seats for Stimulus. Go on social media, push Purple Power, and tell them you need to spend the money the right way. 6 House seats are up for grabs, and they could determine the balance of power among the House members, Republican and Democrats. Meantime, let's go to that world exclusive starting right now. Wow, wow, wow. And a world exclusive broke last night on Evenings LALATE. You're only going to hear on this channel. I have more details about it starting right now, which is that Bernie Sanders' staffer tells a viewer and longtime volunteer that he wants to give you a monthly stimulus check. Oh my goodness. Now, let's go over who Bernie Sanders is and how important he is in the equation. Bernie Sanders, Senator, Democrat, progressive, but more importantly, he is the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee. What are we working on? The budget bill. Who is he? Head of the Budget Committee. So he's sort of important, isn't he? Yeah, he's the #1 guy in the Senate for the budget, which is what we're doing. So he's really important. Yeah, he's really, really important on this issue. And we're trying to determine how to spend the money in the budget. And this is the guy who's in charge of the Budget Committee. Well, he's the guy who determines how to vote on things in the Budget Committee. He's the person who tells his subcommittees how to write things. He's the person who pushes for legislation in the committees. In fact, Chuck Schumer, who's the majority leader in the Senate, says that he meets and talks with Bernie 4 to 5 days on the provisions of the Force Stimulus budget recon. Yeah. So Bernie Sanders is a big, important person in this equation. Yesterday, Brother Joshua, longtime viewer and wonderful former volunteer to the community page on this channel, contacted Bernie Sanders' office per my guidance, per my pushing, called up and inquired about the status of the multiple monthly stimulus check. And the incredible, wonderful, world-exclusive breaking news was that the staffer told Brother Joshua that Bernie Sanders wants to give you a monthly stimulus check. Yes, this is wonderful, great news, because the #1 guy for the budget, that is the budget recon that we're doing right now, wants you on the Senate side to have a monthly stimulus check. No more of, I don't hear from anyone, I don't hear anyone talking about it, I don't see anyone talking about it. No, This is today. This is right now. The number one guy in the country doing the thing we're doing right now, who's the head of the committee that is doing that bill, is saying he wants to do it. Wow. What are the provisions? Absolutely wonderful provisions. They are the following. First, he wants to do a monthly stimulus check of a range of about $1,000 to $1,400. And then he wants the check to be a monthly for a range of about 3 to 6 months. Yes, incredible, great news. Now, what is the twist? He needs you, Purple Power. He needs you. His staffer told Brother Joshua that Bernie Sanders is hesitant about pushing for the monthly stimulus check unless he sees support from the American people, namely the viewers of this channel, Purple Power. And when Purple Power expresses its support for Bernie Sanders, he will do it for you. Purple Power, you got this. This is your call to action. You've been doing this since day one. You need to support Bernie Sanders. Hashtag LALATE. Hashtag MSC. Hashtag Purple Power. You need to show his support, your support for him, and get behind the budget chairman of the budget bill to support the insertion of those monthly stimulus checks. This man is taking care of you. This is incredible world exclusive details you're only going to see on this channel as part of the Purple Power, as part of the changing force. You have the opportunity to change history again. You did this in fall of 2020 several times. Now is your call to action to do it right now. This is incredible, great news. With Leader Schumer saying, I hear from Bernie 4 to 5 times a day on drafting the language of the recon substantive. They're doing that right now. They're doing this right now. They're working this week. They are working this week, and they're working on the language, and they need to hear your support right now. So pick up the phone, call the DC office, go to Bernie Sanders' website, push and say, I support you. Hashtag LALATE, hashtag Purple Power, and hashtag MSC. What a big day we have upon us. There's going to be a lot more about this world exclusive throughout the day, so stay with me through all the recordings. I'm going to have more about this later in the videos. Today, we're going to be coming back at 9:45 with Mornings Crypto, which will probably be closer to about 10 o'clock, about 5 minutes from now. Then at 11 a.m., I'm going to have a big show at noontime. I want you to subscribe. I want you to watch that video as well. Meantime, yes, another Democratic senator, his staffer, also tells another viewer of this channel about 2-3 weeks ago that he is going to be proposing a monthly stimulus check in there as well. That's Chris Coons' office. Chris Coons is Democrat, Delaware, one of Biden's oldest friends on the Senate side, saying of the importance of that monthly stimulus check. These people need to hear from you. Purple Power, this is your call to action. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited to deliver this great, incredible, wonderful, world exclusive news. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this wonderful family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes. Thank you for joining me on a beautiful morning. I hope you have a beautiful day across the board. And consider becoming a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP, so you can get thousands of dollars available for you right now. Rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners utilities. And consider and hit those LA alerts. And I'll join me next back in 5 minutes from now as we go over all the exciting details on Mornings Crypto, and then 11 a.m. on noontime. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.